China.
All right. Yeah, I think I got the mic volume just right. What's good, everybody? Welcome back to Drone Brews. Another beautiful Wednesday. I'm starting to feel like Wednesdays feel like my Friday. Hope everybody's doing really well. It's going to be an awesome episode tonight. You guys don't get any special guests tonight. You just get me because I haven't had time to reach out or talk to anybody. So we're not going to do that tonight. It's just going to be me and me alone. Hopefully that's good enough. I'm sure I can have a conversation with myself. Tonight's drink of choice is Sweetwater 420 strain. Come on, focus. There it is. Yes. This is a pretty good beer. Tastes really good. We're going to have another one because we're already in too deep. So we'll have another. We've got another on the back there. Hopefully everybody's doing really well. Let's go ahead and check out the chat. What's going on? Will, John, Age of Rogerio, Fly High, Wisconsin, Wild and Donkey, Lon Denard. We got Rafet Dohad, David Leo. I see Alien Bob is here. Brad Hendo. So what's good? What's good? So I did get a new Mavic 2 Air today. So I went over to the shop. I snagged a new one. So no more ugly road rash. Yeah, come on, focus. Focus, you know what it is. See my face. Yeah, there it is. So I've got a new one. It's not broken now. And we did send the flight logs into DJI. We're going to have them evaluate that unit just to make sure that there was no, nothing weird, because certain things that happened last night should not have happened, even if I didn't have compasses. So yeah, we'll have to see what happens with that, but they're going to evaluate the situation and then let me know as far as that drone. But I got another one to continue flying and testing. So, is what it is, right? It was a really, really crappy feeling to have that happen, but I'm glad that I didn't hit anyone or anything. What happened to the old one, Joe? It's going back into DJI so they can evaluate. They want to see it because this is the first they've heard of this. So yeah, go ahead, leave it to me, right? So the other one is going back to DJI. They're going to evaluate the drone, and if it's if they find no fault to me, which I'm sure I mean I admit it fault, but they still don't understand why it did what it did. That's the thing. So it works out. Hey, if they want to take a look at it and they're going to take care of it, then I'm not going to stop them from doing that. So yeah, exactly. Things happen. So I'm sort of glad it did happen, because sometimes, like I guess even like when I was at Spin Up and I crashed the Mavic 2 Pro that time, you get sort of complacent in things and you forget that bad things can happen. You can have 100 good flights. But on that 101st flight, no matter how good of a pilot you are, something goes wrong with your hardware and you're screwed. So, I mean, that was last night. I mean, words can't describe the emotions that I went through as I was watching this thing just fly uncontrollably away from me, and the fact that no input from the sticks were doing me any good other than I could lower it. But damn, was that scary. Hopefully that never happens again. So yeah, so Keith, it did take off because of satellites, but I don't know if that's necessarily, I've never had one take off like that, like where it just had a mind of its own and just took off. And the problem was, some people said in the comments, they're like, well, you should have went higher. It would have gained satellites. The thing is, nothing was overhead of me. There was nothing on top of me to block or shield the drone from being able to reach all, 19 satellites or whatever. So there was nothing that was blocking it. It just, for some odd reason, could not lock GPS, and it couldn't lock the satellites. No rhyme or reason. I've never had a drone do that. So it is what it is. And yeah, I mean, luckily it had a pretty reasonable landing, I guess. End of the day, nobody was hurt, nothing was damaged, and It's a good learning segment for anybody who's buying this drone, or any drone for that matter, just to be mindful of all your gauges, I guess, and watch all the little things. All the little details matter anytime you take a drone up in the air. So, nope, wasn't drunk. Was not drunk, Alien Bob. I don't drink and fly unless I'm in a simulator, which I was sober last night, so that was a good thing. Brew of choice tonight is 420. I guess it's strain, 420 strain. It's a mango kush wheat ale. Although I really don't taste any mango in it. I'm tasting more of the wheat. But hey, whatever. Yeah, man, it's anytime something like that happens, it's scary. I didn't care about losing the drone. I cared about whether or not it would have hit somebody or something or a vehicle, or you know what I mean? It's one of those things that the last thing I was worried about was the drone. I didn't care about the drone. I just worried about the drone's destination. And in that moment, as I was figuring out what was going on, and it all happened in like 20 seconds. It seems so much longer, but it was like a 20-second span of, by the time I lost control of it to the point I was able to take it down, I was trying to figure out what the best course of action was. Do I take it up high or do I keep it low? And the fact that the satellites just were not tripping, I just decided to just slam it to the ground. That was the best solution. I felt if I went higher, Tampa International Airport was 7 miles away. 7 miles. So I was outside of that 5 mile circumference, but 7 miles away. I did not feel good taking it up any higher. So that was the deal. I don't think it has anything to do with the IMU in that regards. That really is not going to control. It's not going to really have any bearing on the satellites to an extent. I mean, 2 IMUs is for redundancy, but I don't know. I think technology is so good nowadays, it's not going to really matter. It could have just been that location. I would love to go back there again and just to see if my drone does the same thing. If it does, then it's very locational. So, I mean, I don't know. I am gun shy though about doing that again. Yep, I am a drone killer. The Fly app is not as good as the DJI app. It's clean, but it's almost too simplistic, and it's almost too simplistic to a fault. And I think not being able to have certain information being able to display on the screen definitely hinders you. So for my taste, I'm not a big fan of the Fly app. I'm just not. I wish they would. It doesn't make any sense why they are using this app. And I hope that they don't take that route with future drones. So, yeah, we'll have to see how that goes. Do I still have all the data files? Yep, you betcha. I sent them into DJI. So, no, I didn't think it was an IMU failure. I mean, it's a combination of pilot error. I mean, is a combination of me I should have not taken off. I should have, as soon as I realized the drone was acting a little off kilter, I should have landed it. But I thought in my mind, my mistake was I was comparing it to my Mavic 2 Pro. Now, my Mavic 2 Pro, anytime I've had issues like that, as soon as I get up off the concrete or get off the parking garage or whatever the case is, the drone stabilizes. This drone didn't do that. So my mistake was comparing it to another drone. And it makes me realize no two machines are alike. So there's just no two machines are alike in any regard. So when do we think the smart controller update will be available for the Mavic Air 2? Hopefully soon. Hopefully soon. I'm going to be real with you. I'm not 100% sold on this controller. Like, I'm not 100% sold on this controller. I mean, me personally, I feel like it's a little bit small. Like, when you hold it in your hands, like, I like to pinch, and I don't know, like, I guess you can sort of do it. I have to use, I don't know, was that my ring finger to scroll the wheel? And then you have to have something here. I mean, you can do it, but it just feels like the controller is just a little bit small. So I wish they would have made this a little bit bigger. And I mean, this is okay. I mean, you can put an adapter in here like you could with the Mavic 2s. But I mean, I don't know about this, like the antenna placement. Like, I think they could have did something better, because sometimes you find yourself flying like this, or, you know, you're trying to dodge the sun and you don't have any adjustment to the antenna. So that's the only bummer. But I mean, I guess it's decent. It's a very solid controller, though. Very, very solid. So, I mean, in that regard, it definitely feels good. Let's see. Yeah, so Mike was not prompted for any authorization on his drone, which I thought was weird. Now, the only difference between Mike and myself was Mike was flying with an Android phone. I think he had a Galaxy S9 or a Note 9. I can't remember, but his phone did not prompt him to self unlock. Mine unlocked. The first issue was when I powered it on, it asked me to do a battery update. So I did the battery update. And then it asked me to unlock. And I said, okay, no problem, because the airport was closed anyways. So I did the self unlock. And I think that was one of the last things I was yelling as I was running down the elevator. They know who I am. They know who I am, was I was screaming too. Oh, that was stupid. But yeah, it let me unlock. He never even got a prompt. Makes no sense. Not a prompt. So, but I mean, the range on it's really good. I got 16,000 feet out of it out by the water the other day. So, I mean, I know it's got good reception. I don't know. Just a weird deal, man. Just a really weird deal. Yeah, it does feel a little top carry. Gimbal speed. Sam Burns asked gimbal speed and EXP settings. You know, I didn't see any gimbal speed settings in there. I was actually wondering about that myself. I was looking and I did not see it, and I didn't even see a way to adjust the EXP either, which is a little weird that they don't let you do that. So yeah. Jake says, should I pull my order for the Evo 2 Pro and get the Mavic Air 2? I'm tired of waiting on a response when it's going to ship. So as far as shipping goes, as best of my knowledge, I know we have more units coming in next week. So it's going to be a 50-50 batch. We're going to have some Evo 2 8Ks and some Evo 2 Pros. One thing to remember is Autel's logistics and production department is nowhere near as good as DJI's capabilities. So it's taken Autel a little bit longer to get things done. Not only that, I think they found a couple of bugs with the 6K that they were holding back to fix. I know they pushed out a firmware update just recently. I'm going to test that out tomorrow to see how it does. They improved the video quality, and one of the things I noticed that they did was they improved the write speeds to the SD card. So I noticed I was getting stutter even though my frame rates weren't very far off. And I'm just wondering if it was because it was slow to write to the SD card. So they did push an update. So we'll try it out and see if that fixes it. Yeah, Best Buy's hard to gauge, Jake. I don't ever order from big box stores. Even before I started working with DroneWorks, I always went through, a distributor, because at least there I can talk to somebody and I'm going to get the same response. So when you're ordering from Best Buy, you're going through all these separate channels, and it's a pain in the ass to try to get an answer, a straight answer for that matter. Chris, thank you very much, man. I do appreciate that, man. I appreciate that very much. Yes, thank you. DJI hides the gimbal adjustments. Open the Fly app without connecting to the Mavic Air 2, and you'll see the settings all have NA. Yeah, that's sort of, it may be something that they're going to allow later on then. I am working on that comparison, Brad. That'll be something that's going to be coming pretty soon. So I've started the process of filming it, but I wanted to do that test different. I wanted to fly both drones at the same time, so that way there wouldn't be any difference in time. And what I also wanted to do with the 8K in the Air 2 was have the shutter, ISO, and white balance all the same, so I can get a fair comparison of these quad Bayer sensors. So I actually have a secondary pilot that's going to help me out. I think Mike from Accelerated Heights is going to help me do that test. So that way it's 100% fair. Like, both drones are going to be flown at the same time. So that way there can't be any okay, you take off and land and the clouds change. No, I want it done at the same time. So we'll get a chance to see, as far as, because this sensor, let's 700, 800 bucks, and the Evo 2 Pro is what, 1400 bucks. So, I mean, there are some trade-offs when you go to this from that, but for the most part, I don't think anybody would really notice. What's going on, Phantom Flight 101? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Let me jump back into the. Do we know the guys from Drone Nerds? Yes, we do know the guys from Drone Nerds very well. They're they're the largest distributor in the country. So we do know them. Love the Mavic Air Pro 2. Love the Mavic Air 2. Pro is premium. Yeah, I agree. So trying to conversation's going pretty quick here, so just trying to read up here. Sorry, guys. +2, going on 3 beers now. So that's never easy to read all this. Yeah, I mean, they're going to have to, here's the thing with the Fly app. I think that DJI received a lot of criticism for the Mavic Mini, and they improved the Fly app based upon the complaints and concerns that so many people had. So I think just like anything else, they are going to fix those issues with the Fly app. Like, they're going to add things back in. Like, I didn't think we were going to get 24 frames per second on the Mavic Mini, and then we got it. And then, like, the little things they do, like, they do listen, because at the end of the day, if we're not happy as a customer, they're going to lose business, and that business could go to somebody else, and they don't want that. So they're always going to fix the situation. It just may take them a little bit to implement it. People think, oh, it's just easy to change this, and that in an application. But you change one thing, you can break another, and it's not as easy as it sounds all the time. So I think we will see the application change, but I'm more excited about the smart controller. I don't care. But here's the funny thing. I don't know, who got their Mavic Air 2? Did anybody get their Mavic Air 2? No? Maybe? I don't know. So today, I switched this out, right? I got a secondary Mavic Air 2. And I'm looking over the drone. I'm like, well, I can give you the drone. And he's like, well, take the controller too, because where the hell's the bind button on this? I'm looking all around. I'm like, I don't see a bind button. I see a USB-C cable, and I see an area here for the SD card, but I don't see a bind button anywhere. Maybe I missed that part, but unless if they're going to do it like they're doing with, what the hell is it? Like Skydio, you connect the USB-C cable to the controller, and then it allows you to bind. That's the only thing that I can figure out. So if anybody finds the bind button, let me know, because I have not yet found a bind button. I'm just thinking that you're going to connect it to the USB-C, and then off you go. So yeah, I'm looking. Definitely no bind button. So weird. So such a weird thing that there is not a button anywhere to be found. So like, if you wanted to pair it to the smart controller, what do? Turn the drone on and then press the power for 8 seconds. Lon, quit reading the fucking manual, dude. God, I'm almost certain of it, dude. You wake up in the morning, and where most people grab their phone to sit on the toilet, Lon's like, I'm going to read the owner's manual. I'm going to read the owner's manual. Thank you. I mean, if that's what it takes, press and hold the power button for 8 seconds. That's phenomenal. Thank you. I will give that a go. I can't wait till the smart controller works with it, though. That's going to be epic, because I think that'll make this the perfect package. You know what? And it's funny, though. The build quality of this is really good, though. Like, from utilizing the Mavic Pro 2 for a while and then coming to this, it feels good. It feels like they made all the right changes as far as materials. I even love how the battery is just like a little baby Mavic 2 Pro battery. But I do have concerns, though. Hopefully that these do not swell, because, man, my Mavic 2 Pro batteries got their asses kicked. Seriously. Yeah, it's impressive, man. Jake, I'm telling you, I'm digging it, man. I really I really do dig it. I think, for the price point that they're offering on this, it works. It works. I mean, where are you going to find a drone that can do? Whoa, thank you, Don Hammonds. Appreciate that, man. You didn't have to do that, but thank you very much. Where are you going to find a drone today that costs $799 and that does everything that the Mavic Air 2 does? There isn't anything on the market. I mean, people were complaining that this was too big. I think this is the perfect size. Like, this is the perfect size. Like, that's a perfect size. I mean, you can take this anywhere. You can literally take this anywhere. I mean, you can put this in your pocket, no problem. Throw this in the pocket. Don't mind the matching shorts here. Throw this in the pocket. You know what I mean? And she'll ask you, and she'll be like, hey, is that a drone in your pocket? And you'll be like, hey, packing. I mean, I think this is great. Fuck, now I can't get it out of my pocket. Oh, shit, I can't get it out. Isn't that a first world problem? Oh, there it is. I got it. But I'm okay. So it's not as slim as the first Mavic Air, but I mean, all in all, I mean, I like this. I like this thing. I really do. The controller will grow on me. Now, they did include ND filters. They included some ND filters with the Flymore kit. And the ND filters are they're okay. They included an ND16, an ND32, or I'm sorry, an ND64 and like a 134, which I'll never use that. And I barely ever use an ND16. So, Freewell is producing ND filters that should be hitting hands very, very soon. So I'll be interested to see if they also make a proper UV filter, because on the front of the drone, there isn't actually a UV filter. So, you still say Evo 2 6K over the Mavic Air 2. Here's what I say in the comparison is that the fact that there are two very different cameras. The images coming out of the 6K are just like, they're next level. Like, when you get a chance to look at the raw images, and when I get some time, I will upload some raw images from the 6K. The images really, really are next level. It just super, super crisp, clean images. The photos look just absolutely phenomenal. I mean, I have zero complaints from the photos on the Evo 6K. It's probably one of my favorite drones to fly from a perspective of, quality. But where this thing wins is the fact that it's priced so cheap, and you can get this up quicker than you could the Evo 2. Just saying. And when this connects to the smart controller, this is going to be a really, really powerful force, because like, I like to travel a lot. And when I travel, I want to travel like super light. So I can just throw this in a bag, throw my smart controller in there, and I'm ready to roll. So I'm ready to roll. Next time, fly up. Come on, Lon. Freewell loves you, man. Harry loves you. He absolutely loves you. Mavic 2 capable of APAS? Yes, it is. There is, you can set it to where obstacle avoidance will actively avoid obstacles, and it works, pretty decent. I tried it day one, and it worked. I don't really enjoy it, but I don't really use obstacle avoidance either, obviously, as you can tell. I still crash things. Let's see. Yes, please do check our podcast out, because we are doing a new video format now, which we haven't done video in forever. So the Fly app comes on the flight controller. Smart controller, you mean? The smart controller, you can download the Fly app. You can download the Fly app from DJI's website to your smart controller, but it's not going to do anything right now. I'm not sure. Whoa, thank you, Jaybird. I'm not sure if the drone needs a firmware update or the smart controller needs the update. The smart controller just received a firmware update. My suspicion is the smart controller is ready to pair to this, but this needs a firmware update to make it work. Would I say the Mavic Air flies better than the Evos? Well, not last night it didn't, but yes, I think that I think that DJI has perfected the yaw and the overall EXP on their drones. Like the input for DJI drones is just like much smoother. Like the micro adjustments that you make on a DJI drone isn't quite as aggressive as the Evo 2. Like the Evo 2, if I'm making a movement where I'm going to pan and yaw at the same time, I have to start that movement, but that first portion on where I put the input to the sticks, I have to scrap it because it's really jerky. But after I start moving, then all of a sudden it smooths out. Now with the DJI drone, I can start that same movement and it's consistent. The band of EXP is consistent all the way through the motion. So I don't know why that is. It seems like Autel's always struggled with that though. Very weird. Very weird. Yeah, battery swells are from heat typically. I mean, okay, so I've had 8 batteries go bad on my Mavic 2. I've had 8 batteries go bad because I live in the hottest state probably in the country. The other thing you can do is if you are flying your drone, as soon as you're done with your drone, like as soon as you land, pull the battery out because you're leaving this piece in your drone. Your drone just flew and it's working really hard and there is active coolant in this drone, but the problem is the batteries don't have any active coolant. So if you can pull your battery out, you'll allow it to cool off. Obviously, too, try to keep it out of the sun. You know, all these little details really do matter in maintaining the life of your batteries. I've started pulling them out. As soon as I hit the ground with my Mavic 2 Pro, I'm pulling the battery out because I don't want it sitting in that hot chassis. So you sort of got to treat it like an FPV drone. As soon as you're touching down, you're pulling the battery because you don't want to overheat your components. Same thing. Pull that battery out and don't don't sit there and idle with it. On the Air 2, did they fix it so you can take a photo without stopping video? I'll try it out. I haven't tried that yet. I believe they did not, though, but because I accidentally hit the photo button and it flipped over to photo and didn't continue the video. Patrick, I'll take a look at that tomorrow when I take it out to do a comparison with the 8K. We'll see if how the photos actually are. I'm pretty sure it has manual because you can shoot in RAW. So I don't think they would give us RAW and not give us manual. That would be such a silly decision for them. Yeah, Cliff, I may start storing the batteries at 25% myself, just to see if it helps. Because like if I'm not flying, I might as well store them. Because I mean, got too many drones and can't fly them all at the same time. So, but I'm definitely going to start storing them at a lower capacity, and then I'll charge them up as I do. Will I do the chicken dance for $5? I don't know, man. I feel like I've done a lot of chicken dances lately. I don't know. It just depends. Do we want this stream to get demonetized? I mean, we're already halfway there. I mean, right? How heavy is the Mavic Air 2 battery compared to the Mavic 2? That's a good question. I can figure that out. I have a scale. Let me go grab a scale. All right, so I've got a food scale. Let me see if I turn this thing on. There it is. Let me let it tear out here. All right. All right, so it's teared out. So here's the Mavic Pro battery. So we'll throw this on the scale. And that is coming in at 9.9 ounces. So let's take the Mavic Air 2 battery. And the Mavic 2 battery is coming in at 6.7 ounces. So, I mean, it's a 3-ounce difference between batteries. I mean, when ounces matter. Now, without the battery in, this weighs substantially less, obviously. But, yeah. So, it's a 3-ounce difference, we'll call it. I mean, this is just obviously a lot larger unit. But it's pretty incredible if you think about it, that you can fly 35 minutes on the Mavic Air 2 battery, and I have a hard time getting 30 minutes out of this battery. Obviously, it's 2 years old as far as tech goes, and things have become more efficient, but that's pretty incredible when you think about it. Yep, it's a drug scale. How we weigh the Dobo brand of cocaine. I'm kidding. Jesus Christ, I'm kidding. Nothing should shock anybody here on the stream anymore. All right, let me take a look here. Let's see. Let me see. What was that deleted? All right, I'm sorry. I'm trying to get caught up in the chat here. Yes, ADSB does work. You know what? I didn't see anything pop up on the screen last night, though. And we were pretty close to, like I said, we were 7 miles from the airport. Just to be clear, though, this is not going to work. ADSB only works on aircrafts outfitted with the ability to transmit 2 units like this. Most helicopters do not have ADSB. They do not have ADSB. So just throwing that out there, that most helicopters, if you think this is going to tell you if a chopper's coming, not going to tell you. Billy got only 15 minutes of flight time, but he was in sport mode. I was in sport mode the other day, and I still got 25 minutes of flight time, and the winds were pretty heavy. So, I mean, it did really good. Like I said, 16,000 feet, 16,550 feet is what I got out of the Mavic Air 2. Again, that was not in an urban area. That was in an area where there was minimal cell coverage. There was minimum Wi-Fi breakup, and I think it did pretty good. So, how do I stop the beeping when it returns to home? I usually put cancel. I never let the thing return to home. Never let it return to home. Bob says, "You really married? She must be a saint. She's pretty good. I've been sleeping on the couch a lot lately, though. Sadly. What's a good drone for a kid with a decent camera that does flips and under $100? Sean, get whoever it is the Tiny Hawk Emax. It's an FPV drone. It's a Tiny Hawk 2. You can literally beat the hell out of this thing and smash it into walls, all sorts of stuff, and it's just going to still kick. It's going to still kick, and it flips. So you can do flips and all sorts of fun stuff with it. Super fun drone, and they have a kit with the FPV goggles, the whole 9. It's super fun. Super, super fun. Trying to get caught up here. Sorry, guys. DJI is doing it voluntarily, by the way. Oh, Lon, what are you doing, dude? What is Lon even doing? You're right. Every chopper and every aircraft is supposed to have it, just like we're considered an aircraft, but not every one of our units have it. Supposed to, and whether or not they've actually installed ADSB is 2 separate things. I've been in situations where I'm using one of my enterprise products that do have ADSB, and we can see aircrafts, and I'll have a chopper come on us and they're not on the scope. So it's not accurate. That's what I'm trying to tell you. And it's not widespread. So bear that in mind. That's it's only half the story. So I would just be really careful. Don't think that this is going to tell you every single aircraft, because chances are the only aircrafts it's going to pick up is a lot of those commercial liners, which, I mean, it's not a bad thing that they're there, but you know, you even have private pilots that have not installed ADS-B. So that's going to be something that probably over the course of the year, the rollout will become better and better and better from people adapting it, because they have to. Where's Weekend Droner? What's going on here? What do I think the Mavic 3 would be like? I haven't even thought about the Mavic 3, to be honest with you. I've been so caught up in the drones that we have right now, the Mavic 2 Air, the Evo. I haven't even thought about the Mavic 3. And to be quite honest, I don't see DJI releasing a new drone for at least 6 to 8 months. I really don't. They're not going to want to kill the sales on this. If they released a Mavic 3, people would buy that over this. They're going to wait 6 to 8 months, sell the hell out of these, reduce the price of the minis, and then they'll release the Mavic 3. That's pretty cool, though, Jaybird, that they had the AirSense built in, you know, and you were able to see that on from the drone. I've seen. I take that back. I've had one Cessna fly over that showed up on my screen, and it was sort of cool because he was flying over the house, and I could see it, you know. And as it was leaving, I was like, "Oh, that's actually him." It'll be really handy when I'm out over the water and they pop up on me like that, because the planes practice out over the Gulf, like the new pilots practice out there. So, I hope that more planes do get that, because it'll be really nice to see. But regardless, I mean, whether we have this or not, I think, you know, as far as the FAA is concerned, they're going to still do whatever they want to do with remote identification, even though we have, you know, ADS-B, which seems that it could work pretty well. So, could work. Yeah, you know, there's nothing wrong with reading the manual. I mean, I think more people should. I don't. I have not. I should read the manuals. But you know, you think you get, you know, one drone and you just sort of take off on it and things happen, you know. Jay Sense asks, do I think the Mavic Air 2 is the best bang for your buck right now? I do. I truly believe that this right here is the best drone that you can buy sub $1,000. Let me rephrase this. This is the best drone you can buy for under $1,200 today. And if you're going to buy this drone, buy it in the Fly More kit, because the value is absolutely off the charts when you buy in Fly More. If you're buying it just separately, then you got to buy each of these batteries individually. But this thing is absolutely tits when it comes to quality. I mean, the Mavic Mini was cool for the price, but this is so much more capable. So much more capable. I think, anyways. Yeah, RB, I agree. Having a plane tracking app, but the problem is you would need it on a separate device, because you need to be able to see what's happening on your device. It's not integrated. I think obviously the best way is to have it integrated, but I mean, the alternative option is to just, you know, use an iPad or something and track the planes that way. 4K 60 on this in HDR is pretty phenomenal. I was really impressed with the 4K 60 images that I was able to get. Like I said, I think the telltale is when we compare this to the Autel Evo, because the Autel Evo costs $1,500 and it has the same sensor essentially. So, you know, for my money, if I had $1,500 to spend, and I was not doing this professionally, if I was somebody that flies casually, if I flew, let's say 6 times a month, I'm going to fly, I would buy the Mavic Air 2. If I'm somebody that never really finds myself in a situation where I'm going to get locked out and I need to self-unlock, which let me talk about self-unlock really quick. When I self-unlocked at Peter O'Knight Airport, it was really easy. I felt like self-unlock worked better on the Fly app than it does on the DJI app. I don't know why that is. And what was cool is it's got a list of all the spots where you've self-unlocked. So the next time I go back there, it should remember it essentially. So if I go back to that same spot, it should remember the unlock because it's in my history. So that was pretty cool. But if you find yourself in a situation where you're not, needing to unlock things, then yeah, get the Mavic Air 2. But if you find yourself in a situation where you're going to do something professionally, or you're finding yourself grounded often because the drone won't take off and unlock codes don't work, then the Evo is a good choice. But you have to be like, why are you flying in an area that it's not allowing you to fly type of thing? So it's one of those situations. It does do JPEG and RAW. Yes, it does JPEG and RAW. So I want to do a test where I just take this. I'm going to take 3 batteries and drive around the state. Like, I want to just drive around the state. There's a bunch of spots that I've been wanting to fly around Florida. And I think I'm just going to pop this in the backpack, bring the camera, and just do a vlog from around the state. So flying some different locations that I've wanted to fly, and maybe meet up with some people that I've wanted to meet up with, and just try to capture as much footage as I can with this, because it is really good. It is really good. And I'm not just saying that. I mean, I'm pretty critical when it comes to DJI. I would be considered more of an Autel fanboy, but this sort of changes my mentality on things. It really does. Paul, thank you very much, man. I appreciate that. Hey, Ken, I know that Freewell and Polar Pro are going to make ND filters for the Air 2. Will they be producing them for the Evo 2 6K? Yes, they will be. It's taken them a little bit longer. The productions for Polar Pro and Freewell both happen overseas. So obviously with all the crap that went down, it's taken them a little bit longer. I was supposed to send Freewell a UV filter so they can mirror for the 8K. I think they got that taken care of. Now the 6K, different story. It may take them a little longer, but we will see ND filters very soon for those. So it will be coming. I promise you, they are going to make them. They're in business to be in business, and those are 2 of the hottest drones right now. So they're definitely going to make them. The car adapter is really cool for the Mavic Air 2 on the Fly More kit. So that was actually a nice surprise. When I first saw it, I was like, wait a second, what is this? And then I look closer, I'm like, oh, it's a charging port for the car. So that was pretty cool. If I had to say Air 2 or Pro 2, which would I pick? I would pick the Air 2 because it's newer. It flies a bit smoother, and it's going to get updates hopefully longer because it is newer. The Mavic Pro 2 is 2 years old now. So it's due for an upgrade, but obviously this is first, and then we'll see the Mavic 3. So if you want to get a drone that you're not going to feel bad about purchasing, $800 hurts a lot less than $1,500. 15, yeah, it definitely hurts a lot less. Mavic 2 Pro or Mavic Air 2? I'm going to go with Mavic Air 2 from a perspective of, if I'm a hobbyist. So hear me out. If I'm a hobbyist, I don't do any commercial work, and this checks all the boxes. Let's throw out the specs here for the Mavic Air 2. So we got a compact sensor that can shoot 4K 60. It has the ability to shoot in descent alike, so you get a little more dynamic range. It has 35 minutes of flight time. It has all the obstacle avoidance except the top and sides. But if you think about it, on the Mavic 2 Pro, the side obstacle avoidance only worked when you were in tripod mode. Okay, so I can live with that. Now, the top obstacle avoidance, I never really found myself using the top obstacle avoidance as much as, you would have hoped. So if you can deal with all that, and obviously that it's a compact sensor, I'm going to go Air 2 most every day. And again, not just because it's newer, it's smaller, it's more compact, and it works despite, like I said, even though it totally fucked me over last night, I would still choose it, because the reason why it screwed up is because I was an idiot. I did something that I knew I should not have done. And I got lucky even still that it wasn't worse than it was. So I know people were probably like, oh shit, is this an issue with the single IMU? No, it's not. This was more of a Dobo issue. Like, what were you thinking, you fucking idiot? Why would you take off knowing you don't have enough of satellites? Like, why? Like, what? I mean, I said it even as I was going down the elevator. I was cursing myself out. Like, why would you do that? You stupid son of a gun. Like, why would you do that? You guys keep talking about this Billy Kyle. I don't know who he is. I don't know who he is. I wanted to inspire, but the breakdown in size and battery life turned me away. Yeah, and that's another drone. Then Inspire's been out for quite a while. I would probably stay away from that because that's due for an update. That is definitely due for an update very soon. Can't find a tablet mount for my Evo controller. I would say if you want a tablet mount, I would go with Liftor. They actually are going to be putting out a new tablet mount. I have a prototype of their new tablet mount for the Evo controller, and it's smaller. It's easy to, it's like it folds up. And that's going to be coming out really soon. So I have a prototype. I've got a video in the works for that. It's actually really nice. So if you want to put like an iPad mini on there, you can put an iPad mini on there. If you want to put a full-size iPad on there, you can put a full-size iPad on there. So it all depends on what you want to fly. I don't really fly with tablets though, because I feel like tablets attract the sun. You know, they're just a magnet for heat and bad things happen. Evo 2 AK or Evo 2 Pro for a hobbyist. I'm going to say if I'm a hobbyist, I'm going to go 8K. If I'm, somebody who's doing something professionally, I'm going to go Evo 2 Pro. I mean, you can always upgrade. You can always upgrade back and forth. They're honestly, Rocco asked me how the cameras compare. As far as my first tests go, I would say they're very similar. Sans 8K video, the Evo 2 Air, or Evo 2 Air, holy shit, I just invented a new drone. The Evo 2 8K and the Mavic Air 2 have very, very similar images. Now, the color science is the biggest difference between the two. Sergio, shoot me an email at info@originaldobo.com. I think, let me look, man. Hang on a second. Let me see what I got back here, buddy. All right, Sergio, check it out, man. I've got a Liftor. This is a Liftor. This will work on any Evo 2 controller. You send me an email, Sergio, info@originaldobo.com. I will ship this out to you for no charge. How's that sound? So shoot me an email, info@originaldobo.com, Sergio, and I will ship you this Liftor tablet holder to you no charge. This is courtesy of DroneWorks. So just shoot me an email. I'll send it to you. Since they're out of stock everywhere, we'll send you one. I'll send you that one for free, buddy. Yeah, DJI's color science is very, very cool, Rocco. So it's definitely a lot less punchy, in my experience, anyways. I do find that the Pro shoots very warm, like the tone of it, like the color tone is very, very warm, which, I mean, I sort of prefer it over the cooler look. You can always tune that back a little bit. I need to start using manual white balance though, and see if that works better. No worries, Sergio, man. I know it's like a lot of people, like when the Evo first came out, one of the biggest gripes was that you couldn't use a tablet. So trust me, I know the pain, but this has been sitting on a shelf. I have a new rule. If it sits on my shelf for longer than a month, I'm going to find somebody that can use it. So that is my rule, is if it sits on my shelf longer than a month, I'm going to find somebody that can use it. So you send me an email. It's yours, brother. Do you sell non-DJI bags for Mavic Air 2? Not yet. We're thinking about doing bags, but we don't though. Do I think the Mavic Air 2 is a worthwhile upgrade for my Phantom 2 or my Phantom 4? So you have the non-pro version. So Ken, you have to evaluate how cumbersome is it to take that Phantom 4 Pro or the Phantom 4 with you. It's pretty cumbersome, right? It's a big drone. You got to have a big case or you got to have a big backpack. You can literally throw this in your bag. It's super discreet. You can take it with you everywhere. The biggest problem is with most drones, if you don't have them handy, they're no good, right? You're going to miss that shot. So you want to make sure that you have the drone with you in order to be able to take the shot. If it's not with you, you can't take it. And that was the biggest reason why I stopped using my Phantom 4 Pro, is because it was so big. I never found myself really using it. And you have to lug it around. With these smaller portable drones, they're phenomenal. You can just throw them in the backseat of your car, throw them in your glove box, and you're good to go. Gotta check out the new Billy Kyle vid. I think I started watching it. Yeah. I'm not a fan of the Phantom anymore. I mean, if the Phantom had like removable cameras and stuff and it was a little bit more adaptable, I think I would be, but not at this point because of the size. The DJI bag is a close knockoff of the Peak design. That's funny. Although I'll never use that bag. I'll never use that little satchel. That's what we're gonna call it? It's a satchel. Probably destroyed that word like every other word in the English dictionary. I'll never use that. It looks cool. It's free. I'm never gonna use that. It's the concealed carry of drones. Yes, it is, man. Yes, it is. Did you conclude that the Evo 2 AK was good enough at night? I think it is. I mean, go back and watch that video, Sean. Go back and watch that video, and you tell me. Like, look at the AK, look at the Pro, and be the judge of yourself. For yourself. If it looks good to you, it doesn't matter what I say, and that's the thing that I think a lot of people gotta really understand is honestly, fuck YouTube reviewers. Fuck them. I mean, they're all like trying to sell you on something, and the reality is, I'm there too. I mean, the reality is, if it's good enough in your mind, if you like something, just get it. Like, if you like something, who gives a shit what I say, what anybody says? Just get it if you like it. I think that's the biggest thing that I have a problem with too, is when I'm looking at a new product, I worry about everybody else's experience, and I let those experiences taint my thought process when I'm purchasing a product. So lately what I do is I just buy it and try it. If it works for me, it works for me. So like the Mavic Air 2, it's working for me. It's going to suit my needs. And you have to sort of look at those things like, hey, does it check all the boxes I have that I need for a product to do? So, I mean, it's just, you got to do it. You got to do it like that. Don't worry about what we say, because, we're going to put out a video and we're going to go back and forth sometimes, because we may see things that, it's like this on this day, and then we wake up and we see something different, and there's all these new products. The problem is we're constantly touching new things, as to where some of you guys, you'll buy a drone and that is the drone that you are going to have for the next 2 years. So it has to work well for you. At the end of the day, everything you buy has to work well for you. I sort of feel buzzed right now. Not gonna lie. Feeling pretty good. Easyheimer, the V-copter is never happening because it's stuck in
China.
Yes. It is stuck in China. It's never happening. The V-copter is dead. Let me try this again. Like Zoink Scoo. Let me try this again. The V-copter was dead on arrival. Dead on arrival, dude. That is just never happening. Damn it. That is, I mean, it's just never going to happen. Any idea? Bill said, ask any idea where you get it the quickest. Earlier today, Bill, I would say we had a lot of them, but we've been absolutely hammered. We are trying to keep replenishing stock daily, man. Everybody's just getting hammered. This is probably like it's like a Mavic Mini 2.0 because DJI just couldn't fulfill stock as fast as people are buying it. So it's pretty crazy. I'm still waiting for the 6K that I ordered 2 weeks ago. You and everybody else. The 6K units, as I said, I'll say it again. The 6K units were 25 to 30 days out. Now, remember, we said this 3 weeks ago. So next week, we should have units being able to ship to consumers finally. We do not have control over the shipping. We're at the mercy of Autel. Autel says, hey, our shipments are here. We're going to disperse them to you so you can send to your customers. We say great, but when that happens, we need them to hurry the freak up. So it's literally a slow boat from China type of thing. Trust me, I want to get the drones into as many people's hands as possible because I'm tired of seeing that comment. So, oh, thanks, man. Yeah, I've been doing that for a couple of years. People always like, I'll be in the bathroom and I'll just bust out a Shaggy impression, like in a public bathroom. And people are like, not the young people, they don't get it, but like, the 35 plus crowd is going to be like, okay, I know who that is. And I'm like, yeah, now I feel old. So, Autel has zero logistics. Like I don't think anybody. So I got a chance to last June. I got the chance to visit Autel. Matter of fact, Ron, who's in this chat, was with me. Him and I were in Seattle, and we got a chance to go visit Autel. And we went to the location. We went to their office, and their office was very, very small. It's a very small corporate office, and I was like, "This is it." I was expecting like some sort of grand, thing, and it wasn't. And I was like, wow, this is really a tiny space. So they're doing the best they can. I think when you get the drone in your hands, you will be really happy. I know they did fix some software issues, and they were QA-ing the products because some people got the Evo 2 and they were having IMU issues. So they were having issues. I know Captain Drone and a good friend of mine, Air Photography, he was having issues with his IMU. Now, I will be forthright with you and tell you that my Evo 2 8K has rear sensor issues right now. Like, I'm getting this error that says calibration abnormal on my rear obstacle avoidance sensor. Now, the problem with that is there's no tool to calibrate the rear sensors right now. I did a firmware update, crossing my fingers that was going to fix my sensor issue, but lo and behold, it did not. So hopefully that situation rectifies itself sooner rather than later. So hopefully they fix that. How are the photos with the Mavic Air 2 last night? Well, that's what I was attempting to do last night, Don, and the drone went off on its own. So I don't know. I ended up scrapping the mission after that whole debacle, but we will find out soon enough. I'm persistent. I want to try it again. So maybe not in the same location, but somewhere else we'll try. Lon, once I get up to Michigan, man, we're just gonna go super hard, dude. We're gonna go super hard. Well, last night it was funny. It was funny. I as soon as the drone had crashed, I literally, the first person I called was Lon. I called him up. I said, dude, you're not gonna believe this. He was literally the first person I called when I wrecked the drone. He was shocked. I got photos of a brick wall. 48 megapixels of a brick wall. Pretty good. Oh, that was bad. That was bad. There is a tool now to calibrate those rear sensors. Don't tell me that. Let me go look. Let me go look. If there's a tool right now, that would be awesome because I'm so pissed with this. Let's see. Evo 2. Where's the downloads for this thing? So if I go to downloads, so you're telling me that there's a tool for this. Oh, they got an Evo 2 LUT too now. Holy shit. Oh, see, they based it on... See, they created an Evo 2 LUT. They have a specific LUT for the 8K version and the 6K version. And get this. It's based off of Sony S-Log 2 to Rec 709, and it's optimized. Oh, they took a shortcut. Evo 2. No, that's not it. Obstacle avoidance calibration tool. Son of a gun. We've got a tool here. This is epic. Thank you for that. It's, of course, a Dropbox link. Let's download this. We're going to download and install this. I'm going to fix the Evo 2 sensors tonight then. That's been driving me nuts. Go figure. Windows is like, oh, this is a virus. Let's see if this works, though. This would be great if it works. Holy crap. Thank you for that. Very helpful tidbit. We'll create a desktop shortcut. Hopefully this isn't a thing where I have to calibrate this awesome. Don Hammonds, thank you, man. No more. You're banned from that sticker. You're not allowed to. Yeah, they based it. Cliff, go on their website. They based the LUT off of S-Log 2. That makes sense, but oh, okay, so it's telling me to connect it to there. So let me go get the Evo 2. Let's fix this. All right, so we need this. Uh-oh. All right, we'll take this. What else do I need? It's telling me what type of connection. That's USB-C, right? I got too much stuff up here. I got a really long USB-C cable now. So let's see. All right, maybe this will fix. So I'm going to, let me do this. Let me flip the screen over so you guys can see what I see. So that way you see what I see. Sergio, thank you, man. I appreciate that, brother. Didn't have to do that. Let me see. How can I switch this over to where you guys can see this? I'm going to try to calibrate this rear sensor. Screen capture. Media? Maybe. Nope, not media. Add source. I want to add source. I want to add something from the screen. Window capture. There we go. All right, there's that. All right. All right, cool. Let's push this live. All right, so there it is. All right, so this is the Evo. I've never used this, by the way, guys. This is going to be the first time I've used this. So I'm going to power this guy on. Let's see. This is a learning curve here. I'm going to connect this to the computer, though. All right, so I just connected it. I'm going to move all this crap out of the way. Apparently, I need a bigger desk. Why is GoPro populated? No, we don't need that. All right. Where is the Evo 2 8K? There it is. All right, I'm connected. Come on. Still doing the driver? I just connected it. Come on. Plug this back in. Come on, fucker. Saying there's a problem. For some reason it's not picking up. It's not picking up the what the freak? Well, come on now. Let me close the assistant. Let's do that. We'll close the assistant off. and we'll reopen it. Let's relaunch this shit. There it is. So I relaunched it. It's not recognizing anything. Huh. Maybe it's the cable I'm using. This is lame. I found another cable, but I don't know if it's gonna be too long. Let's see if it's the cable. All right, I just tried a new cable. And minimize all this jack. I'm connecting the aircraft. What the frick? All right. Fuck them. So maybe I'll try Mac. I'll have to try Mac. Yeah, I tried a shorter cable. It's not recognizing the drivers, so not really sure. That's weird. Let's try it. We'll see if Mac has an app. I wonder if they have a Mac app. They have a Mac app. We'll power up the MacBook and see if we can do it that way, because it did not even connect. I was getting drive errors too. Oh boy. Let me turn off beta flight. Let's see. They should have a Mac application, right? I hope so. That would suck if they didn't, because that's not working out very well. Connect the cable, turn off the drone, and turn it back on. Yeah, fuck that. We're going to use the Mac. We're just going to try this out, see if this has an application. Because what if you only have a Mac, right? So that was the Imu calibration, Evo 2 8K. Let's see, where the freak is this? Let's see what this does. Now, if this says, they don't have a Mac tool. So they don't have a Mac tool. You can't do it. It says a Mac utility is underway. I think that I should have read the instructions. Let me read the instructions. See, this is what I'm talking about. So it says calibration instructions. Install the assistant. Connect your Evo 2 to a PC with a USB-C cable. Power on the Evo. Run the Autel assistant and wait for the connection. May take up to a minute. All right, let's try it again. Maybe I just did not follow procedure, right? I mean, I do that often, right? Let's try this again. I'm going to throw the chat up there. I'm going to push over to desktop scene here. All right, let's grab that. We'll grab that long cable. Let's do this. We'll open up Autel Vision. There it is. All right, so we've got Autel Vision open again. Let's try this out. All right, so I've got a cord. I have too many fucking things on this desk. I got 2 open beers. This is an accident waiting to happen. God bless America. All right, let's try this again. We're going to connect the cable. I felt a good, firm, solid click there. All right, now I'm going to power on the drone. Following instructions here. That's what they said. Nope. I wish you can change the boot up sound on this. It sounds terrible. Nope. Man, I'm clicking this, dude. What the hell? Oh, there it goes. The sensors are normal. No need to be calibrated. Bullshit. Bullshit. It's telling me the sensors are normal. Visual calibration. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. The rear sensor was the one giving me an issue. Okay, so I can do this. Can you guys see this? Holy crap, this is trippy. All right. Is that how we do it? Oh, you got to line up the dots. Okay. Oh, shit, this is like a video game. Oh, I got to move it backwards. Oh, I got to get it in the hole there. Oh, I won. This is cool as shit. Point the rear. Oh, I see. I see. I got to get it in the hole. Oh, I got it. Point the rear lens to the screen. I'm pointing the rear lens to the screen. Oh, you got to get it in that hole. Move backwards. All right. All right, I see what we're doing here. I hear a little subtle beep. Oh, I'm chasing this. Oh, I'm getting at you. It's like playing Pac-Man. Oh my God, it's so good. Oh, I gotta get that little dot. What do you want me to do? Fuck, these instructions are so shitty. All right, I'm moving backwards. Move forward. Move down. This is not the worst game, as Simon says. Move left. Is it your left or my left? I see the dot. What am I doing, Evo? The fuck, man? Okay. I'm going to go this way. Move forward. I'm moving forward. Jesus Christ. I'll just buy a new drone. I don't want to deal with this. My hands can't get any steadier. Do you have a version when you're drunk? Oh my God, this is a workout. So, all right. Oh, I got it. Damn, that took forever to hit that. Oh, and then a screensaver pops on. I got to do this 24 times. Are you kidding me? I feel like I'm doing like oh, there it is. Come on, come on, come on. Yes. Oh, come on with these dots. Come on. Come on. What am I doing? Where's the other dot? Am I in or farther? I gotta go further back. Am I going further back? Oh shit. Come on. This is so silly. This is the worst. This just fucking. Point. I am pointing it to the screen. What am I? Oh, I got to go this way. This way. Come on, what am I doing? I'm doing what you're showing me to do. Honestly, I could live with this calibration. This is the worst. I've got 12 of 24. Do I continue or what? This is the worst. I'm about ready to say fuck it and just say, you know what? I'll just fly the air going forward because this is not worth fixing at this point. This is the worst calibration that I've ever seen. So it's got like this little thing. You're supposed to, you guys can probably see this, I'm sure. I don't know if you can. Oh, you can't see it. Oh, let me show you what I'm seeing here. Why can't you see what I see? So this is what I'm seeing right here. So this little death, this thing, this right here is just the devil. So this whole thing right here is the devil. All right, so let me chase these dots here. Where is this actually at? See, I don't know what to do with this smaller dot though. It's not getting bigger. Oh, you motherfucker. All right, fuck this thing. This is literally the worst calibration utility I've ever seen. Nope. 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 I don't care if I've had too much or not. I'm not dealing with that. That's stupid. Like the DJI one is like, beep, 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 beep. Just makes more sense. That was painful. And it says the calibration's good, which is, it's a liar. It's a liar. Because if I turn this on and connect it to the controller, it's not going to be calibrated. It's going to be broken still. Stupid. I'm not happy with that. Yeah, I saw it's not on your screen. Go figure. I'm really pissed with that because I've had the drone for 2 weeks and the calibration's already screwed up. What the hell? Yeah, we'll try when we're sober, but I don't know if it's because I'm using a curved screen, like the screen's slightly curved. I don't know. I'll try it again. I'll try that again. I'll try it on a flatter surface, but they don't have a Mac application, and my Mac would be a perfect screen. Maybe I'll try my laptop screen from work. You know, I'll try a different screen. That's a painful situation right there. I think the screen being curved. I mean, it's slightly curved because most 34-inch screens have like a little curvature. So I'll try it out. I'm gonna fix that this week though. That's that was really annoying. Freaking annoying. We'll try it again though. I'm gonna get this calibration fixed because it's not that it prevents anything from working. It just has this like annoying pop up that is ever in a day persistent, which really, really they need to fix that. So, well, you gotta like it's not the camera. I'm calibrating the rear sensors, so I don't care about the front camera or the front sensors. I'm calibrating the rear sensors. It said that they were but plugging it in, it says they're fine. Plugging it in, it says they're fine. So I wonder if it is fine. Let me plug it into the controller now. I wonder if the sensors really are okay now. Because why would it say that they were okay, but I'm getting errors on my screen? I mean, you saw it. It said all sensors checked out okay. So let's see. I'm going to fire up I'll use the Pixel and we'll see what happens. All right, let's see. Evo 2. Don't self it. See, look. See, this is what I keep seeing. See the warning? That's what I keep getting on the back, and it just keeps happening. That's what I'm talking about. And this prompt, even if I clear it, even if I shut the sensors off, that freaking prompt just keeps coming back. But you saw that the application said my sensors are okay. So it's not like it's not like, you know, from a normal perspective, I'm doing what it's supposed to be doing, but it said it said the sensors were okay. That's annoying. That's really annoying. So now I got to figure this out. It's like one more thing I got to fix this week. It's like all I'm doing is I'm fixing more shit than I'm flying. Yeah, you're abnormal. Mom. I'm just fixing more stuff than I'm flying at this point. I'm going to connect it to the laptop. I think a flat screen is probably say Billy Kyle one more motherfucking time in my stream. That's what I think of that. Fucking Billy Kyle on my stream. I've seen that goddamn name. He's paying people now. He's paying people. I'll drop an elbow. Drop an elbow. Yeah, he said he was having that problem. I've cleared the cache. I've restarted the app. It doesn't matter. It happens on Android or iOS. It doesn't matter. So it's not app related. It's something is wrong with the sensors. Now, whether it's actually malfunctioning from a hardware perspective, that's the question. I'm not sure if it's a hardware issue or if it's actually software. I'm going to try to calibrate those sensors on the laptop, the Lenovo. And then if that works, great. If it doesn't, then I'll have to send this in. I'll have to send it in and see if they can warranty it. Sucks, but it doesn't shock me because I know, like I said, I know a couple of people that have had bad IMUs, and I don't know. It's first gen products, right? How can fix it? We'll see. But holy crap, it's 10:23. We've been going for an hour and a half. So I guess we will, after that whole failed attempt to try to calibrate that, we'll just call it a night, you know, right there. Yeah, I don't have the issue. The 6K is totally fine. The 6K is fine. The 8K is the only one with the issue. You know what's funny, John? It happened the first time I noticed the error happening was when we were on the water. When we were filming that video, that was the first time that I noticed that issue. So I don't know what happened from, I don't know. But shouldn't have to calibrate. My thing is, I don't think you should have to calibrate a vision sensor like this soon. You know what I mean? It's only been like 2 weeks. I don't remember, even though DJI had a calibration utility, I don't remember ever having to calibrate my vision sensors on my Phantom. Sort of weird. I have not tried the hyperlapse yet. I've only had it for 2 days, so I'm still trying to navigate the Alien. You're Bob. Alien Bob. I'm gonna. You're done. You're out. I've had him on the show. the ratings, they drop tremendously. Really bad. No. I'll try it again. I'll try that again. Smaller screen may do it. Big screen probably ain't gonna work. The Autel app is not as good as DJI Go, but not worse than the Go Fly. That's a true statement. I think the Autel app is better than the Fly app, but not as good as the DJI app. I think that is a very, very fair assessment. That is definitely a fair assessment. All right. Well, I'm going to call it. I'm going to go. I said I was going to stop by 10, so we need to stop by 10. I need to stop. So we will be back again next week. It's going to be, Lon, that's funny. We'll be back again next week. We do the whole damn thing again. So, alrighty, everybody. Alrighty. You stay original. I'm going to finish these beers and we're going to celebrate 25,000, right? Let's do it.
I can't be still inside, still inside, still inside. I can't be still inside, still inside. It's not insomnia, really. I'm not a zombie, a thriller. I'm moving calmly but iller, not playing party Attila. I ain't been partying either, been at the Garden of Eden, just drinking water and eating. It's probably not what you're thinking, but I hardly been thinking. I feel like hardening season. I know that's hard to believe in, and that's just part of the reason. I'm catching up to you because you waiting, you sleeping. I feel like hardening season. I feel like hardening season. Yeah. Too many nights, yeah, not feeling right, yeah. Too many nights, yeah, not feeling right, yeah. I can't be still inside, still inside, still inside. I can't be still inside, still inside, still inside. Too many nights, yeah, not feeling right, yeah. Too many nights, yeah, not feeling right, yeah. I can't be still inside, still inside, still inside. I can't be still inside, still inside, still inside. I don't toss and I don't turn. There's some lessons I'ma learn. Usher said to let it burn, but my life isn't his concern. I don't toss and I don't turn. There's some lessons I'ma learn. Usher said to let it burn, but my life isn't his concern. I am not the one, and I am not your Neo. I am not a hero, and